My name is Connie Lisa Brockway, and I'm an early childhood education major at Athens State University. I was given an assignment by Dr. Humphrey to look a little bit more into the lifestyle of my students outside of the classroom. In this assignment, we learned about Abraham Maslow, who created the hierarchy of needs. And he was an American psychologist who wanted to dig a little bit deeper and make a prioritized diagram to show the needs that each person needs in their life. This is an example of his hierarchy of needs. They always look like this triangle with 5 pieces in them. The pieces are made up of physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. To break it down, the students on the bottom, that physiological would mean that they had food, water, and rest. The next one would be safety and security. We hope that our students are always safe when they're not with us, but we don't know unless we ask them. So, that is the second thing that they need. The third is love and belonging. That means relationships, like I have a mama at home that loves me, my daddy loves me, I have someone in my household at home that loves me and cares for me, and I will always be loved on. The next one is esteem. So for this one, it says feeling of accomplishment. So I had a goal set for me, and I achieved that goal, and that made me feel good about myself. The next one is self-actualization, achieving one's full potential. I believe that this means that the students were happy, they were creative, they love themselves, that they reached their full potential over the weekend, and they know that they are a good person because of it. This is the hierarchy of needs that I chose. I chose it because it was a little bit more simple for the students to understand, since I am an early childhood major. I wanted to make sure that my students could understand it. If you're an adult and you would prefer a more in-depth hierarchy of needs, there are many available on the internet to look up. So, for this assignment, I needed to create an interactive board for my students to interact with to show me if their needs were met over the weekend. I went to a field experience where I observed a teacher who used pans to count attendance, and her students were always so excited about going to get to use the magnets for the pans. So I thought a little bit of how could I incorporate this into my assignment. So my first one is the physiological pan, and this shows the students, since they are the early childhood education students, that they have rest, water, and food at home. So each Monday morning, I will go place their 5 magnets on their desk. These magnets will have their pictures on them so that they can see which one they want to place their person on. And this will also help me count attendance on Monday morning. So when I come in on Mondays, I will place these magnets on their desk. Each child has 5, and they will put their stuff down and go to the front of the classroom where I'll have these pans lined up on the wall. There are 5 pans that I will line up, starting with this one and going all the way to self-actualization. Each student will come by, and if they feel like their need was met over the weekend, they will put it on the happy side. If they don't feel like their needs were met, they will put it over here. So, little Susie, she says that her needs were met. So she had food, she had water, she had rest. She was good in this department, so she put happy. The next one is safety. So I have a house, I have money, and I have like a lot for security. So if Susie felt like something happened over the weekend and she didn't feel safe, she would place hers over here with the sad face, because she didn't receive that need over the weekend when she wasn't with me. Next is love and belonging. This shows children playing together, shows hugs, and shows talking. We all need to know that we are loved and that we belong, and people taking the time to talk to us or play with us or love on us, that shows us that. So let's say that little Susie, she did have her mama to love on her a little bit. So we're going to put it over here with a happy. She feels like that need was met because her mama was there to care for her. Esteem. So on this one, we have a little boy with his award, and then this one, they've got their hands raised up. They're on the podium. They have achieved something. So for this one, I put goals, and so like they wanted to build a sandcastle, so they went outside and they built that sandcastle, and that made them feel so good about themselves. So let's say that Susie didn't get to build a sandcastle, even though she really wanted to, because her friends were talking about building sandcastles over the weekend, but she doesn't have a sandbox, so she didn't get to do that. So she doesn't feel too good about herself. So she's going to put it on this side one. The next pan is self-actualization. Love yourself. Knowing that they are happy, they are creative, they are smart, they are doing everything to their full potential, and they are a great kid. Since she doesn't feel happy about the esteem, she probably won't put happy, but let's put her over here because I want every child to feel like they are the best that they can be. After they complete these pans to show me that they have arrived in my classroom, I want to have them go to their desk for their Monday morning folder, because this assignment will be done every Monday morning. We won't do it every day because I only need to know if their needs were met over the weekend, for the whole weekend, because even though this is a fun thing for them to do, I want this to be an over the weekend like survey. To dive a little bit deeper into the reasons why that they placed their magnet where they did, I want them to pull out their Monday morning folder, and there will be worksheets in it there, just like this, for every week. So this weekend I had ... I have my sociological, my safety, my love and belonging, my esteem, and my self-actualization all on this side, so they can see the pictures and say, oh yeah, I remember. I put sad on that because I didn't have a house to sleep in this weekend. Or I put happy on that because I got to play outside. Or I didn't get food or drink. So what I want them to do with this, I want them to take this, have this on their desk, and I want them to take this out, and I want them to circle the things that they did have. These, of course, since I am an early childhood education major, I wanted to make it super simple and super visual for my students. So it's one word. So this top line says food, drink, bed. So did I have somewhere to rest? Did I get drink? Did I have food to eat? If I did, I'm going to circle it. If I didn't, I'm not going to circle it. When they turn this into me, this will give me a better understanding of why they felt like that need was met or was not met. And that way I can do a little bit more about it and dig a little bit deeper into how I can help them in those needs. As a teacher, we should understand that the attitudes that are in the classroom, sometimes it's not just because the child wants to act out. It's stemming from something else. That's the way the child is trying to tell you something. And so if bad behavior is happening, it might be because little Johnny is hungry, and so he didn't get to eat over the weekend, so he's acting out on the bus this morning because he was just ill. And so knowing what I would know from these pans and from these sheets, I would have a better understanding that Johnny is probably hungry on Monday mornings, and I should get him some food right away and make sure that he eats so he will have a better day. I hope that as a teacher, I always want to use this type of assignment to gauge the safety and the caring that my students are getting over the weekend while they are not in my care. And I hope that I always have the heart to want to know if my students are being loved in and out of the classroom. Thank you.